Welcome, everybody, to our therapist talks with Claire Colgan from Renaissance Therapy by Claire. So, these therapist talks interviews are where we speak to our graduates from the Bioenergy Academy of Dublin about their practices that they've trained with us in and other therapies that they may practice and run as well within their businesses. And they bring us through their journey. So, Claire is here today to bring us through her journey. So my name is Helen O'Flynn. I'm the Managing Director with the Bioenergy Academy of Dublin. And I'm absolutely delighted to have this time with you. And Claire, thanks for taking the time to be here as well. It's just such a beautiful experience to hear about your history, your journey, what's brought you into this. And it's inspiring to others as well, which is amazing. So Claire, I'll hand over to you to your own introduction, if that's okay, and bring us through your business, what has brought you into this work, if that's okay. And then we'll kick off from there. So welcome.
Thanks, Helen. Thanks very much for having me. It's lovely to be here. So Claire Colgan from Renaissance Therapy by Claire. I'm just running the business now for the last 6 months. Can't believe it. It's just a dream come true, really. Helen, something that I thought would be lovely to do sometime, and now it's here. It's happened. I've made it happen in my life. So it's really, really exciting. So it's energy, it's well-being and an alignment, energy alignment, I suppose, really holistic well-being and energy alignment. That's really what the business is. And it brings great joy to me. I suppose, how did I come to this? Well, I suppose it's quite a long journey. Growing up, there would have been a lot of around me cures. In fact, my grandfather had a cure, and we always had people queuing up on a Sunday to come and get the cure to the house. So it's all very kind of natural. It was something that just kind of happened, and we would travel the country for cures if we had an ailment as well. And then my parents were always just very open to, I suppose, alternative therapy and as well. And I suppose then when I became like a teenager, maybe around like exam time, I remember doing a meditation course, and like I didn't know anything about it. But as I got into it, like I just remember feeling the heat in my hands. It must have been obviously the hand chakra, or blockages must have been getting released. I didn't really, as I say, know what it was. I just felt something. I was like, something's happening there, and I like it. It's a very chilled out feeling. Um, and then I became a social worker. I still am a social worker. Great job, very demanding job, and something that requires balance. So my go-to at that time would have been Reiki. I would have had a Reiki practitioner. I lived in Scotland and went very regularly to her to fix me, sort me out, rebalance me. And it was lovely. I always came out very chilled, very zen, very clear thinking. And you go in cold and uptight and disjointed maybe from the world, and you come out kind of warm and connected, and just it was a great feeling. I always thought I was a better social worker when I had that balance in my life and better person. And then I done travels. I went to Peru and done the Inca Trail, and it was amazing, spiritual journey. And again, it's just didn't really know what I was doing, but I kind of fell into these things. Met amazing people, had some shamanic experiences out there as well, and just connecting to source out there. And then the following year, I went to Nepal and spent a lot of time in Himalayas, and had experiences there too. And yeah, it's connected me. It's always something I wanted to do, was this kind of work, but I just wondered how I was going to get there when I was a full-time social worker. It was always a dream, but just something I kind of kept pushing back. And I moved back to Ireland just before COVID, and I was doing a lot of sports at the time. I was doing triathlon and marathons, and I got into distance cycling at the time, and I kept getting sick. I kept getting infections repeatedly, ear infections, bladder infections, and chest infections, and I just couldn't get over it. So one day I would be cycling 100 miles, and then the next week I couldn't walk across the living room floor.
Okay.
And I used to say to my colleague, my friends, God, I feel like somebody's pulled my batteries out. And at that time, someone connected me to a Dawson practitioner locally. And again, didn't know what it was about, but very open to these things. And I just came out so like balanced, and like I didn't come out hyper, I just came out lovely and balanced, and I felt something had shifted in the room. And I was able to go back and consistently get back to sport again, and move away from antibiotics, which I'd been so dependent on for actually quite a bit of time. And I would have went back to him on a kind of fairly regular basis. And then at one point I says, what is it you're doing to me and can I train? And so he gave me your details, Helen. And of course, it took me another 2 years to actually do it. And I think maybe what kind of promoted me doing it was I'd fallen pregnant with my son, and I just wanted that balance in my life. I didn't want one or the other, I didn't want to go on holidays to get it and come back to the, crazy life. I wanted that in my life all the time, every day, and I wanted to be able to be my own therapist as well. So it came in with a view of balancing myself so I was present and healthy for my son. And then I realised through doing the course, Helen, with you, that I could do it on my son, I could do it on my family,
Yeah.
and just got some of the most profound experiences with that, with myself, with my family. And always thought I'd love to run a business, but I thought I have to do it now, I have to share this. So that's kind of where I've come, just unbelievably from something small or some dream, far off dream, to really just following a path.
It's amazing, isn't it? Create the vision and
Yeah.
bring it into reality, isn't it? I always remember, I was just thinking of there, I always remember the first weekend of when you did the Dawson program, the very first course weekend. And I think you were the first one into, because we obviously have the class WhatsApp group, and I think you were the first one into the WhatsApp group that you had straight away started to work on. I think it was your auntie, I can't remember. And but I think it was your aunt and our niece. It was one or the other.
Yes.
And the profound impact just even from the work you were doing on that first weekend. I always remember that
Mhm.
because you jump straight into it. You leaped forward with it and could see the benefits so
Mhm.
quickly.
Mhm.
Even for just that bit that you'd learned in the first module, it's still deep stuff.
Totally. Yeah, really eager to get started and see what this is all about.
Yeah,
Just get
yeah,
behind it all and see, yeah.
yeah. And you've been amazing. Like, look at you in your beautiful space. Like, you can feel such a beautiful energy coming forward from your space as well and from you. And you've created all of that, 6 months old business and a 10-month old baby.
That's
You're
right.
superwoman. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, he's my mascot. He keeps me going because that's it. I just want that balance in my life, and I think I can
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
that now.
So you've mentioned here, and we've talked about that, you've set up your own business and you've created a beautiful business, you've created a beautiful presence online, there's beautiful energy coming through from your marketing. So, how did you go about setting that business up and what was the drive to want to work in it? And you've talked about it there a little bit as well, but how did you go about setting it up? Like, what practical steps did you take? All of that type of stuff. So I think that's really helpful to people to hear and is really inspiring for others, to hear about it, how you've gone on that path.
Yeah, I suppose, I don't want it to sound easy because it always is hard because you've times you
It
get
is work. It's
stopped.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you get stopped a lot, don't you? Because you're like, oh, I can't do that. I can't put myself out there. What are people going to think or whatever? Who do. But this work allows you to do that because you clear yourself again and then you take another step and another step. And then you get go in directions as well with it all. So that kind of was very fluid for me in a way. But the going on to social media, that was I think I contacted you a few times, Helen, and I was like, oh God, I can't get this right. The page sitting, and I consulted a few friends who are in business as well. I was like, how do you get it right? And they're like, just put it on, open it up. You work on that. That's something that comes that you work on. And so there was a lot of it was fluid and worked quite well because of this work. But there's an element that's a challenge around the social media and maybe sometimes the time it takes as well. Because I'd
Yeah.
rather be working with clients, rather than maybe spending an afternoon creating something. But then what you get back is the most amazing feedback, and contact from people who are intrigued and want to know more. And you realize that that is the way it is now, and that's the way we work. There has to be that balance between both, working
Yeah.
with people, but also like educating people and letting people know what this is about. Because if no one educated me, I would never have had this journey. I would never have this balance in my life. So I want to be able to let other people know that, and if they're interested, then they can contact myself or any other practitioners and experience that as well.
Yeah. And we'll whatever any channels that this, interview is on, we will put Claire's contact details in the comments below so that you'll all be able to contact Claire, follow her on social media. and get in touch for sessions as well with Claire if you'd like to do that. Claire works in person and remotely as well. So with what other therapies, Claire, are you practicing at the moment? Just if you'd like to share that side of things as well.
Yeah, so started off with Dawson and then was really, really interested in theta. So obviously from yourself, through yourself as well, Helen. So that's really working on the belief systems, which I think is just amazing, because that can
Yeah,
sometimes be a wee block. So doing that, I suppose I just trained not that long ago. So working a lot on myself around the meditation and then integrating it into some of the clients that I'm working with where it's required. Just love it. It's
yeah,
another yeah, very, very powerful therapy for sure. And really intrigued by it. And then because Reiki was always my go-to, I really wanted to go back and do my Reiki as well. So I've done my Reiki 1 and 2. Love that. Love a combination. Kind of giving that kind of bespoke opportunity to people. And then I love the oils as well. I done the aroma touch technique. So I love the essential oils and bringing them in, which is a recommendation around Dawson, isn't it, as well? So
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
bringing the oils in around that and some touch where people are happy to have that is just a lovely balance. So kind of combining that into session, or if people want a singular session, that can be done as well. So yeah, I
Mm.
like the balance that I have just now around the therapies.
Yeah. And your marketing, because I remember when you set up your socials, and it's not even about socials, it's about having, if you have a shop front, the sign has to be turned to open for people to know that you're operating, and socials are like a shop front for people in today's world. But your socials, I remember when you switched it on or started it up, stood out. What you do stands out. And you obviously have a gift for being creative about what you're sharing and that type of thing as well. Where does your inspiration come from with, regards to what you share?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm a people person, and
Yeah,
I want people to see, connect to me, and how, I think of ways how can I do that through the social media? They feel a connection. I suppose when I go to a therapist, I like to feel that connection. So how can I bring the human touch along? It might just be in photos or collage, but also the videos as well. And yeah, I think what worked for me and the leg length and the arm length, like that just blew my mind whenever when I experienced the Dawson program at the start. To try to like let people see that, or I suppose it's just in a pictorial version, but yeah, like how else can I show people this is amazing, like this really works. And it's very practical. You can actually see the correction and stuff. So trying to bring that into my social media and just connect with people, because that's, as I say, when people will connect back and feel that and then experience something new in their life.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's it. It's just a drive forward just to be connect with people.
Yeah. And just to mention as well, with the leg length that you mentioned, the arm length that you mentioned there, it's part of the Dawson program where we look at skeletal alignment or misalignment. And if our legs, say you could have, 1 foot longer than the other, we show this in the free workshop that we do as well. So 1 foot longer than the other. And we do it in our in-person session when we come together in person in the course. So this is something that you start to check with all clients to see if there is leg length difference or arm length difference or shoulder misalignment, this type of thing, because it gives us a signal, it gives us a path in to the physical body, to the energy systems to see if something is out of balance. And we find what's out of balance, and then we can, with frequencies, with sounds, bring that skeletal alignment back into balance, which can sound like, what? How do you do that? But it's something that you do from the very first weekend with this practice. It's a core part of it as well. So just so people are aware of that. Just to look at your clients then, Claire, as well. So obviously you're working with a lot of clients now, since you've set up so any client success stories, or client stories that you'd like to share, talk about the experience.
Yeah, I suppose a wide variety as you do. This is you just
Yeah,
go into such a deep inquiry with everyone when they come along, Helen, and I've just had such a wide variety of clients. I would have a lot of like vaccine shock coming through, just given this what we've been through in the last number of years, and just being able to identify that, clear that. I suppose people coming with pains, with immunity issues, low energy, and that being the origin of it, or one of the origins of it, is just quite amazing. And so to be able to kind of work along with that. Um, a lot of people with stress and overwhelm. One
Yeah.
client in particular had stress and overwhelm, had a decision to make, just couldn't make a decision. Like obviously the consultation I had at the start, you could see that. And look, visibly stressed, had a session and just described, no, not everybody feels anything in the session, but described like literally taps being open in her head and like pressure coming out during the session. And she looked visibly younger after the session. Like it's amazing what you experience as a practitioner watching it. And she just came, got up from the table and says, I know what I need to do. Like it was as if, her mind was clear, she was more decisive, after ruminating on a situation for a very long time. And that's just phenomenal to be a contribution to that in somebody's life.
Yeah.
Um, in that as well. So yeah, a lot of pain. And what kind of recently been kind of was weight loss. Someone was, wanting to go around the area of weight loss, and being able to kind of work with the hormones and boost
Yeah.
up the metabolism. And obviously just through our checklist, through the very, very powerful checklist that we have, very detailed checklist, and good results around that. And more recently, someone come around infertility as well. Similarly, hormones and boosting up the system, and I suppose addressing the gene faults as well, and trauma, and birth shock and stuff. So it's just a lot, just amazing. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me here, is just the results, what people are finding,
Yeah.
when they come to a session.
And I think we can go so deep with this program
Hmm.
as well. It brings us to places that maybe other work can't get to, unfortunately. But this is a gift. I suppose this gift has been given to us, with the combination of so many different things within this program. It brings so much, isn't it? So I always just see it as it's a privilege to work with clients, and it's a gift that has been given to us to share, as well, which is amazing. So with, say, just on the business side of things, so what challenges have been there for you, in setting up, or have there been any challenges? Um, anything that you'd like to share on that side of things?
Yeah, I suppose just as I say, the kind of social media side of things, just taking the time and just and being,
Okay.
thinking of new things to do. And but as I say, the result is you contact so many more people,
Yeah.
as a result of that. And maybe another one, Helen, is that that you might want to go further with someone and delve, and they're not ready for that.
Yeah.
So it's just working at people's pace as well. I'd like to keep going maybe with someone and working with them, and they're maybe just not ready to go to certain places around the work as well. So it's just being able to understand working at people's paces as well.
That's it, really. It's working in a safe way, isn't it? And working
Yeah.
with permission with the subconscious. Obviously, we're working with the subconscious with this work as well. And working permission is such a huge part of it, that there's permission to go at the pace that is right for them
Mm-hmm.
at that time, isn't it? It's a huge part of it, really.
Hmm.
Yeah. So with this training, you've touched on some of these things slightly as well. So say with the Dawson program, with Theta Healing, with other work that you've done as well. So even with the Dawson program, what has it brought, or has it brought anything into your life personally that has changed things for you personally, that you're getting benefit from it, to do with your own well-being, your own self-care?
Well, absolutely. I definitely got balance in my life, and I don't want to let go of that again. It's not something
Yeah.
that occasionally happens on the yearly holiday anymore. It's in my life now,
Yeah.
and I do it for me and for my family. Like I have just the opportunity now, when I feel out of balance in any way, come up here and work on myself. And that's when you do this therapy, which you have the chance to be your own therapist. It's just
Yeah.
unbelievable. My family members, when there's anything wrong, I'm able to support them and be there for them. Definitely a lot healthier, watching what I'm eating. Lost a lot of weight since obviously having the baby and doing this. That was kind of my motivation around kind of, suppose working with weight loss with people as well, is like, how can I do this as best I can? And just, yeah, like just not interested in getting into drama anymore. I live a very kind of, keep myself kind of calm. My life is very, yeah, zen at the minute, and that's the way I intend for it to stay. And that's why I want to stay in this therapy, that's why I want to do these therapies as well. So it just massively changed my life. I am my own therapist now. I go to all the therapists as well. Love getting treated, sitting lying in someone else's beds as well. But it's massively changed and it's not what I thought. I thought, oh, I'll do that and that will be there. It's just completely within my life. It's entwined around my life now. And I love it.
Yeah.
And people come to you, you're like a magnet, aren't you, as well? I've got a wee
Yeah.
element. Can you have a look? And that's lovely. It's great to be a contribution to my family and friends.
Yeah, it's a gift as well, isn't it? To be able to support them in that way where they might not be able to access that, or have sometimes your family members who don't have an interest in this work, but they're happy for us they wouldn't go to somebody else, but they're happy for us to support them,
Yes.
as well, which can be amazing. Anything else that you'd like to share about your work, your journey?
No, I mean, it's just as well. I suppose that's the other thing. Just open to the next step. I don't know what that next step is. And it's probably the first time in my life that I haven't had a big long-term plan. I'm just open to, like, Reiki was a sort of surprise. It came along. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. What's next? I don't know because I'm just open to where I'm guided now to go next with
Yeah,
this. I love where I am at the minute, just absolutely love where I am. But probably, as I say, for the first time in my life, just open to the next stage, being guided to that, where I'm going to go
yeah.
with this next. Yeah.
And what's a dream or a vision or anything like that? I know you're saying like not have goals and go with the flow, but just for yourself, stability, balance, you've mentioned some of those things there, in regards to your own life. So any types of dreams or visions about what you'd like to do next or where you would like your work to go, your personal journey to go with this work, that type of thing.
Yeah, well, I would love to expand. I'd love to work
Yeah,
with other practitioners. I would love, sometimes when you're on your own, it has its own challenges as well. Wouldn't it be amazing to be, have a business with other practitioners and bounce off each other and, have a range of services available. So that would just be the absolute dream. That's where I would love to head with this. And I'm sure if that's my path, that's where I'll be guided to go,
yeah,
I'll keep going until then. So yeah, that would be the absolute dream, working with other people and just yeah, making this happen.
yeah, amazing, amazing. Anything else that you'd like to share?
No, I think that's good. That's good,
Yeah,
Helen. Thank you
well,
very much.
beautiful. It's been so lovely to hear about your path into this, and I think if anybody connects with Claire or, likes her socials as well, you'll see like she's absolutely beautiful pictures of you working as well. Like they're gorgeous. Now, Claire, you had mentioned to me that you have competition as well at the moment.
That's right. Yes, right, Helen. Yeah, thank
So
you
do you
for.
want to just talk about what that's about?
Yeah. So, really wanted to offer. So many amazing clients have come to me, and I want to offer something back to people. So I wanted to offer a 90-minute session to someone, a bespoke session. They can choose
Amazing.
what they want, or they can allow me to, follow their checklist, follow a guidance of what I feel that they need in that session. So yeah, all they have to do is go on to my socials. They'll see the competition there. We can add the wee link and like, share, and tag, and they'll be included in that competition. And it closes on Friday.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's so lovely. So we'll share that link. So we'll share Claire's social pages, all her links, that you can connect with Claire as well. And Claire works remotely and in person, so it doesn't matter where you're located, anywhere in the world, you can still join into that competition, obviously, as well, because the session can happen remotely or in person. In person, Claire is based in Oma as well in Northern Ireland. Claire, it's been so lovely to have this time with you, and thanks so much for taking the time to share so openly your story, your journey, about your business, how that has gone for you, and your success with your clients. It's really inspiring for people to hear this information, as well. So thank you so much. And for anybody watching in, connect with Claire. Links will be in the comments below for every social site. Claire's links will be in the comments below. Just make sure that you click on those, follow what Claire's doing, join in to sign up for that competition as well. Claire said there it closes this Friday, so we're on what, Tuesday now.
Mhm.
So loads of time to sign up to it. And Claire, thanks so much, and looking forward to seeing you all soon. And thank you everyone who has connected in and watched this as well. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead. Thanks,
Thanks,
Claire.
Helen. Bye.
Thanks so much.